and everybody trying to prove himself to the new coach and to the new management and everything, you tend to get a level of selfishness that's detrimental to the team.
The team has looked very disjointed, very, very economical in the way they play, the way they and the tactics at show right now. So, all in all, again, Chelsea fans, we have to be patient and don't put too much unrealistic expectations on these players, because it's going to be a long, long season.
Transit TV, welcome back again. Welcome back. I promise you guys that the panel was going to be here today to talk about, do a review of the games over the weekend, and especially the 3 games of the season, first 3 games of the season. Looking at this, the big 6 teams in England, as we have the international break this weekend, there's not going to be any games. And we have with me today in the studio, Ugum, of course, always here, and Nimi, representing the Chelsea fan base, the Chelsea family in the studios today to look at what Chelsea have done so far under Maresca. And Nimi, you are welcome to the show. Ugum, good to see you again, bro.
Yes, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure having my red-colored cult member from the Arsenal side. Ugun, you're welcome to the show. You're welcome to the show. Hopefully, we won't have no gutter analysis today.
Yeah, this guy.
Yeah. Hopefully so. I mean, that's what we do at Transit. Sometimes we get to the gutter, clean it up, and come out.
I make this clear for people to understand.
Yeah, that's what we do.
Yeah, that's what we do. We have to find out who takes us to the gutter. Those corporate analysts that take us to the gutter, but we'll clean it up and come out, hopefully.
Yes.
Yeah, let me quickly. Yesterday, last weekend, we said it was going to be a big Sunday. Crystal Palace visiting Chelsea, and Newcastle playing at home against Tottenham, and Liverpool and Manchester United. The game started with, of course, Chelsea hosting Crystal Palace. That game was a very, let's say, tricky or funny one. Though I always believed that it was going to be like that. Chelsea went off on 100 miles per hour, put Crystal Palace under serious pressure, created a lot of chances, eventually got 1 goal. And that was just about it from Chelsea. And if you are a Crystal Palace fan, you might even be thinking that they were supposed to win that game, minus the stoppage time chance that Jackson, as usual, trademarkly wasted. What's your impression? What's your pulse about that game yesterday?
Oh, well, again, thank you for having me. The game went as I thought it would go. I think, starting off, Chelsea started out, as you said, brightly, in all cylinders. You see what Enzo was trying to do with the team. The hallmark of Chelsea this season has been, for Chelsea fans, the problem we've always had, I've always told people is, there may be we are going to score goals based on the attacking prowess of the team. But the biggest deficiency in that team is in that defense line. That defense line has so many issues. I knew Crystal Palace was in, transition. I think they have only 1 point. They lost their first 2 matches. And I was thinking, hey, they had players missing. This was a game Chelsea was going to nick in. If we could score at least 2 goals, because for every game Chelsea plays, we should be expected to concede at least 1. But the only way to get past that would be to score at least 2 goals. They didn't hold. They started out well, and in the second half, they fizzled out. Let's forget about the Jackson miss. I don't think we created enough chances to win that game. The game was, if I will be honest with you, it was a boring. It was a boring game. Notwithstanding the 1-1 result was a fair result. Let me dissect it even more. I think for Chelsea's undoing, apart from the defense, we need Lavia fit. We need Lavia fit in that midfield. Without the Lavia in that midfield looks really, really disastrous. It doesn't look as coordinated if Romeo Lavia is on that field. But if Romeo Lavia comes, I've told Chelsea fans something has to give. Caicedo will not be dropped. Enzo will not be dropped. Palmer is a 10 now at this point for Chelsea. So Lavia is still the odd man out, although just on footballing reasons, Lavia should be the first name on that midfield list if he's fit. So I think the season is going to go this way. It's going to be a tough season. Anybody thinking Chelsea is just going to go in, dominate, and no, it's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. We're going to struggle, and I'm hoping by December, the players will be well gelled and they would know what Enzo wants. But all in all, Chelsea wouldn't be going anywhere if they don't get a top number 9. And we missed out on this window. I thought we were going to get Tony Osimhen, but we didn't get that. So we would have to stumble and walk, and hopefully we don't fall. So that's my analysis of the game. It was a fair 1-1. Seems like a good result for both sides.
Yeah, I think I agree with you 100%. There was a time in that game I felt like both teams didn't even want it enough to win it. The midfield was wide open. People were not willing to put in the work. Nobody, it was just turnover upon turnover. Chelsea would turn over to Crystal Palace. The Palace would turn over to Chelsea, and they have no idea what to do with it. Ugum, I know you're here, looking from outside. You have mentioned it before so many times, and you keep saying that Chelsea has an area of talent in going forward, which I have seen. But I am of the opinion that is still, as good as the talent look, they are still going to be a problem for Chelsea. Like yesterday, one of the things I found out was Nole Madueke, being an inexperienced player, felt that he was going to continue from where he stopped the game before. A lot of the chances that Chelsea created in the first half, some of them he could have just laid off somebody else to tap in, like he did in the goal that Chelsea eventually scored. But it's so that he kept trying to score those goals, putting pressure on himself to get maybe score another hat-trick the next week. It doesn't work like that. And this is what we're going to get from people like Modric. All of them are in those wings are all players coming up in terms of experience. Jackson, the same thing. So there's going to be this inconsistency with Chelsea. And another problem I found, I don't know if you agree with me, just look at that department. Maresca has insisted that if you have to be in that Chelsea team, you have to be ready to work hard. I don't think the players Chelsea has in those wings are players that are willing to come and join and do the dirty work for Chelsea. This is maybe the reason why Nimi is talking about the defense. The defense, personnel-wise, they might not have talent or no names there. But the front players, I don't think they're doing enough as well to protect that defense. I don't know what you think about that.
Yeah, watching the game, let me confess that I saw that game only first half. I didn't see second half. But I was shocked to read 1-1 midway in the second half when I checked. I thought Chelsea were going to score with every attack, really, in that game. With the way the speed of the attack, the skill on the ball, and even the structure, the way that they position themselves on the counter with Cole Palmer and Madueke and Jackson. There seemed to be genuine understanding between those three, which has relegated Modric to the bench. I thought the team looked in Kunku, yeah. I thought the team looked really dangerous on the counter. Well, you made a really important point. The Chelsea team is full of players that are trying to justify their positions in the team. When you have so much competition, you have many good players, most of them the same age, and everybody trying to prove himself to the new coach and to the new management and everything. You tend to get a level of selfishness that's detrimental to the team. Madueke, as you can see, has been invited to the English national team, which most people did not predict or did not expect. And he himself, he now wants to, kind of cement his place and justify that he's good enough to play for England. So I can see what you're saying about instead of giving that final ball or passing to an opponent that's better positioned to score, he would rather have a go at it himself, just to show that he's in a rich vein of form and he wants to score more goals. So Nimi, when he was talked about the defense, so I'm a little puzzled because Chelsea invested really heavily in the team and invested quite heavily in the defense as well. I mean, they've gotten some of the most highly rated young defenders in Europe, right? Forget that Badiashile, and Badiashile has looked bad, but really before Chelsea bought him, he was one of the most highly rated young French centre backs in Europe. He was playing really well for Monaco, right? Then the likes of the Sassy, the likes of Konate, or what's his name again? The one that they bought from Leicester City. Fofana, yeah. Yeah. You have Cucurella and the rest of them. You have Colwill. You have Colwill, that's a really good player. So,
booster.
So the options are there in defense. I think it's all about, first of all, one good thing to be able to get a solid defense is that you have to play a consistent defense over time. Play a consistent set of people over time in defense. That's how they become better. If they're chopping and changing with people making mistakes and all that, you'd never get a settled defense. You never really give them the confidence to perform. Because if they are scared of being out of the team once they make a mistake, then there's a major problem there. Depending on how strong-minded that player is, depending on the mentality of the player. So one of the things that Chelsea can do well now to help that Maresca is to trim the squad. Let there not be too many options.
He has already done it. He says working with, he has chosen the people that he wants to work with.
Okay.
That's
a good start. Yeah, so that's a good start. If he's working with a finite number of players, now you have to settle on your team A and give them a run of games. Let them start to understand each other better, especially in defense. Very important. Let them start to understand each other well. And, there may be draws, losses here and there, but you can see that things are getting better and better and better until they get to where they want to be.
Yeah, let me get back to you. As a Chelsea fan, we watched the 3 games that Chelsea has played so far this season. They won one, lost one, and drew one, right? And you talked about the defense right there. I'm always of the opinion that when a coach takes over a team, especially a team in transition like Chelsea, the first thing you try to do is to make sure you don't lose games. Then you start to build off forward. But it looks like Maresca is starting from front and going backwards. And for me, not having experienced that much in the front players, yesterday when, for instance, when Liverpool played yesterday, they asked Lord some questions about how he put out Liverpool. He said something about placing the wingers high up on United's fullbacks to press them back. Somebody asked him, okay, well, what if United plays through that initial press? Is that not a gamble, exposing your fullbacks? And he said it will only be a gamble if Salah and Diaz stay up there after they play through them. But if they come back, it's not a gamble. They will help in doing the dirty work, which is what I think Chelsea is lacking. So don't you think, as a Chelsea fan, should Maresca start by trying to make this team solid defensively and build from there going forward? Or are you okay with the way he's trying to be enterprising in terms of the approach to the games? I think we have lost Nemi there. Let me see.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Oh, did I lose your? Did I lose your? I mean,
yeah, a video.
Yeah, I had some of what you said. You talked about gamble with Salah, and that's where.
No, okay, I said Maresca, most times when new coaches take over new jobs like this Chelsea team, you try to make them defensively solid, stay in games, not concede goals, and try to win when you can. Then you build in your philosophy. like Slot took over Liverpool, he didn't really take out much from what Klopp was doing. And he tried to make Liverpool a little bit more stronger in possession. So they asked him yesterday that it looks like he placed Salah and Diaz high up to press on United fullbacks.
Yeah.
Is that not a gamble if they play through that press? He said no, it will only be a gamble if those two players stay up when United play through them. So, and that was what I mentioned about Chelsea. But because of I don't know if it's the experience, I don't know if it's the style, if it's the philosophy of Maresca, it looks like these players stay up there. And this is the reason why Chelsea midfield sometimes struggle. And of course, there's pressure on the midfield. So are you okay with that approach to try to perfect it? Or should Maresca kind of start with making Chelsea difficult to beat first, then he can go from there?
I think every hallmark of a coach should be to make the team very difficult to beat first. Let's look at the statistics right now. Chelsea has conceded 5 goals in 3 games.
In 3 games.
That's not the hallmark of a team that's going to go far. The statistics are showing that's a team that will concede over 45, 50 goals. You don't want that. You don't want that. You don't want that. As regards making the team, I think you said a good thing. I heard Ubu say Bagashil. These are players that haven't proven themselves when the lights are bright. Yes, Disasi Bagashil may have been good in Monaco, in the French league as a young kid going against French young opposition. But the EPL is a different ballgame. You talk about Disasi. Same thing. Fofana played 1-2 seasons at Leicester and he was bought for close to 80 million. These are all unproven players. Corey went on loan to Brighton and he came back. Yeah, he played in Brighton, but Brighton is a different ballgame playing in Chelsea. You talked about Gusto from Lyon. Every good defense also has a fulcrum in a good goalkeeping. We've spent over how many billion pounds on player recruitment, and we still don't have a goalkeeper. We have a shaky goalkeeper. So those are some of the things that Enzo will be building on. We'll be trying to build. But I think right now, even the press, Chelsea is not doing that. Right now, I'm still trying to figure out what, to be honest with you, I'm still trying to figure out what Maresca is doing. And, he has told us as the fans to be patient and to wait. And we are patient, we are waiting. But so far, just by the eye test, apart from the second half against
Wolves,
the team has looked very disjointed, very, very economical in the way they play, the way they score us. And most of the goals they've scored us, 3 out of the 5 goals, have come from goals on the center or the edge of the box, of our box. So that's 60% of the goals have come where you should have
to be stronger.
A DM pushing, or the 4 and the 5 pushing out a little bit. So they've scored us 60% of our goals have been conceded with just goals on the edge of the box. So that's a big red flag right there. You got to be asking, what is Caicedo doing? What is Enzo doing? In those areas there, what are the 2 center backs doing? It's a long way, man. I'm so far not sold, but we're watching and we're hoping as hopefully this break is good for the whole team temperament.
Yeah, it's good you mentioned Caicedo there. I was going to talk about Caicedo and Nkunku. Caicedo, these are 2 players that came on with a very serious and high reputation. Caicedo, we say maybe inexperience, maybe the price tag was his problem last season. But I'm watching him this season and don't see any difference between Caicedo that is playing now and the one that played under Pochettino. I don't know, what is it? Is it that...
I'll tell you why. If you watch Caicedo against Lavia in the first game against City, very good. Very good. You can't complain on Caicedo on that game. He was exceptional with Lavia on the side. Caicedo and Enzo, it doesn't work. That's a midfield two that can't work. You can't have those two players play at their effective. One has to sit. Enzo can't be a DM. So I want to see that Enzo and Lavia combination. But remember when I started the podcast, I stated that we're not, as Chelsea fans, we're not going to get a dream duo in midfield because Enzo has to start if he's fit because of the price tag and his reputation is the assistant captain, for crying out loud. Caicedo has to start too because of his price tag. The only man that's out of the picture, not for footballing reasons, when he's fit to be Lavia, because he cost us only 45 million, and he doesn't have that high reputation. He's still young, and they will put him there, but not for footballing reasons again. I think Chelsea's best two combination is Lavia and Caicedo for now.
Okay,
but you can't bench Enzo.
Again, last season or 2 seasons ago, when Nkunku comes back, Chelsea will win games. All of a sudden, Nkunku is on the bench. What is going on?
Nkunku is not. The first game against City, he was atrocious. The next game against Servette in the Conference League, he wasn't at his best. So Nkunku right now is not fitting what the coach's plan or what the coach wants. From the left right now, we have Neto that seems to be playing at the coach's, knocking on the coach's door, and he's started the last 2 games he has started. The last 2 EPL games. And on the right, we have Madueke just holding that position. So Nkunku right now can't play as an attacker because he got Jackson in there. So right now Nkunku is.
And behind him, you have Palmer and you have Felix.
Yeah, Felix. So Nkunku is at the limbo right now because he can't play 9. On the left, you have options Felix, you have Neto. On the right, you have Madueke, and you have
Mudryk.
I didn't even mention Mudryk too. So Nkunku is he would have to fight really harder.
Yeah, but the problem is that's what I'm saying. But a few months ago, he was going to be the messiah for Chelsea. What has happened? Is it that the quality is not there, or is the form is not there?
I think Nkunku has the quality, but players go out of form. He's out of form right now.
Oh, okay. I just
he's out of form. He's out of form right now. He has to work his way back into the team.
I know you mentioned it earlier on. So, having seen what's going on, what the team has, of course, that team is locked now till January. It's either win or bust. What's your message to Chelsea fans? What have you made of Maresca? What do you think he's going to achieve? And where does Chelsea go from here?
I think the message to Chelsea fans, as I've always said, even from last season, I'm not the type that's going to come that's unrealistic. I think leaving Pochettino with what he did last season would have been, if I was the owners of that team, I would have left Pochettino to continue the work he started and give him up until this season. His contract was for 2 years. Give him up until this season. As regards finishing, where we're going to finish, I think based on what I'm seeing, we will finish outside the top 4. Chelsea fans have to be patient. This is like rebuilding the whole team back up again from scratch. That is what Maresca is doing. And so far, have I been impressed with Maresca? No, I haven't been impressed with Maresca's game management and the tactics at show right now. So all in all, again, Chelsea fans, we have to be patient and don't put too much unrealistic expectations on these players because it's going to be a long season.
Yeah, Nimi, thank you. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. Thank you for your in-depth mirror of the Chelsea team and the coaching crew, your honest opinion on it. Chelsea fans, you've heard it out there. Let us know what you think in the comment section. Do you agree with Nimi, or do you feel that this team is going to do better than what Nimi has opined? And let us know that. And please don't forget to subscribe if you have not done so. Hit the like button and share this content to your Chelsea family groups out there. and some can get our feedback. I will read those out in the next one, and look forward to a big one coming, a face-off between Ubum and Nemi. We'll be letting you know on the topic. Keep your eye on
I can't wait.
keep
I
your eye
can't
on
wait.
the
Let's do it. Let's
keep
do
your eye on the
it.
channel, and that information will be out there very soon on the channel. Don't forget that will be live. We'll also want you guys to be on it live so I can send in your personal reactions to what the topic will be
Yeah.
of the day. Thank you guys, and Nimi, thanks a lot for stopping by. I'll see you next time. Ciao, bro.
Thank you very much. Bye bye.
Yeah.